With new weapons and new tools being added into Sea of Thieves for the first time in 5 years, we're looking at the dawn of a new meta. But before I get into that, I want to let you know I'm giving away a couple Gilded Phoenix ship sets, thanks to Rare, throughout the month of May. Stick around to the end of the video to know how you can get that. With weapon rebalances and hit reg issues, it's no surprise that Sea of Thieves has undergone different metas in its time. From the double tap hipfire quick swaps back in 2018, to the peak of the arena Eye of Reach and sword combination, to the current blunderbuss and Eye of Reach meta, the game and its meta is ever changing and probably will continue to change in the future, but for now, we have a new contender. With Sea of Thieves Season 12, there was an introduction of 2 new weapons, one of which being the new throwing knife Dagger, while the other one being the double barrel flintlock. While on one hand we have the double barrel flintlock, which isn't preferred among seasoned players, which could partly be because of its clunky nature due to the bullets firing after the release of the trigger and not at the start of the trigger, and on the other hand, the gem that is known as the new Dagger/throwing knife. Now, breaking down this new weapon, essentially it's a long-range attack weapon and a close-range melee weapon combined all into one. We have the short range stab motion, which is quick but slow and takes 8 shots to kill. We also have the close range heavy hit, which is more powerful and deals more damage but is fairly slow. And finally, the long or close range knife throw, which is extremely potent and extremely quick to prog. Additionally too, this throwing knife does have the ability to one-shot pretty much all skeletons or enemies you come across with the throwing ability and do some sizable quick damage for the short stab and the heavy stab. Furthermore, if these knives are thrown and missed, they'll be accessible for anyone in the world, so you can even pick one up while having 2 weapons already equipped. So, yeah, to say this item does everything is a fairly valid claim. Now, with all the other weapons in Sea of Thieves, people already have their preferences. Some of the higher skilled players will prefer a blunderbuss and an Eye of Reach, and some of the newer players like to stick towards the blunderbuss and the sword. Either way, there's a large variety of what people use, and there is no wrong answer to what weapon set you use, as it does depend on your playstyle. Or at least, up until now anyway. From what I've seen, whether it be in the game or people in the community that I talk to, or even myself, there's been one common denominator between the newer players who are just starting Sea of Thieves, all the way up to the 5-year, 6-year veterans like myself that have been playing since day one. And if you haven't guessed it yet, that common denominator is the new Dagger weapon. Since the release of the Dagger, I feel majority of players are switching towards this new weapon, not only because it's extremely fun, but because it's the most versatile and usable weapon for PvP, PvE, close range, or long range. And can you really blame him? This is the only weapon that does everything effectively and has almost no level of skill gap to use. As I mentioned, new players and experienced players alike are using this Dagger, and it's extremely effective in every situation. And you don't have to take my word for it either. You can go out on the seas yourself and use this Dagger, and I guarantee you're going to find it way more effective than anything else in the game. I really do believe that this is the change of the meta. I believe going forward in Sea of Thieves, we're going to be looking at this Dagger as the staple of all weapons in Sea of Thieves. However, will it happen right away? Probably not. There's still a lot of players stuck in the old way and are willing to learn this new Dagger, so we're not going to see this change happen instantly, but it's definitely something we're going to see unfold moving forward throughout Sea of Thieves. But hey, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know what you think the new meta is for Sea of Thieves down in the comment section. And hey, while you're in the comment section, as I did mention earlier, for the month of May, I'm giving away some Gilded Phoenix ship sets, courtesy of Rare. If you guys are interested in getting your hands on one of them, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and let me know your favorite weapon and why with your gamer tag attached down in the comment section. I'm gonna see you all later. Goodbye for now.